I've decided to stay up on quite high ground this morning. I can look down towards the Mara River and see if there's any movement of the big cats. But I'm moving through areas where there's a lot of prey species, impalas, gazelles, topies. Everything's starting to look like a big cat already. This time I've stopped thinking that I've seen a gazelle. It's the back end of a lioness or a young male lion. And I'm going to try and get us a better view. Stops and listens, facing away from where the wind is blowing from, to areas where it can't smell and hear. Heading straight for those woodlands, where it'll be a little bit more discreet or inconspicuous. It's paused. If you can see on its head, it's a little bit of a mane developing. It's a young male lion. It's probably just reaching the age where he will feel pressure from the rest of his pride. Just like that hyena too, nose to the ground, seeing if there's any other animals that have been moving around here. Now he's heading straight towards the river. This is the exact reason why I came up into this area, hoping that the big cats would be moving from higher ground to the woodlands. It's just beyond this termite mound here. Interesting that he just stops as he gets towards those woodlands, having a good listen, good smell, the wind coming from the river and the woodland to him, and looking back again. Now I wonder if there's not other lions around here that's put pressure on him. Because he keeps stopping, looking back, smelling. I'm going to try and get around there. The roads are somewhat overgrown, so I've got to find the easiest route in. Just see trails of hippos that have walked on the wet grass. His tracks won't be as distinctive. As beautiful as it is driving into the sunrise, it's very difficult to see. Especially when you're searching for the proverbial needle in a haystack. Now, there's no sign of that lion coming down here, and I haven't heard any alarm calls. For now, I'm going to head back up to where we last saw him and see if I can see tracks. I found him. It's just in the woodland over there. You can see he's positioned himself perfectly to get that early morning sun. And he's got a bit of protection from that woodland, from where he kept looking back. So whatever's behind that woodland wouldn't be able to see him clearly. And pricking up his head a little bit. Still very aware of what's going on around him. Adolescence is such an interesting time for a young male lion. And if he has been ousted from the pride, doing it alone will be really challenging, especially in areas like the Masai Mara, which are rich in lion populations or densities. So whatever's created his limp hasn't affected his face. If you look down the sides of his face here, you can see that mane developing much easier from this perspective. Even just in front of his ear, there's a bit of longer hair. And if you go down his muzzle towards that very pink nose, very few scars, which is most likely going to change as he matures. But for now, he's golden and beautiful. And if we didn't see him walking around earlier, we'd think completely unscathed. But that little limp suggests that it hasn't been all that easy for him. Looks like he's completely content now. I just pricked up as that red-eyed dove flew over him. And it looks like this will be the place that he settles for the morning. You can hear the African fish eagles calling in the background, if you can hear it over the wind in the river. For a male lion like this, to survive the night is a massive achievement. When all the other bigger, stronger lions are out and active, listen to the Egyptian geese, and he's alone like he is, there'll be an inordinate amount of pressure on him to survive. Without the assistance of a pride to hunt, extra eyes to look out for potential threats in the form of hyenas, other lions, other prides. Because if he's not tolerated by his own pride, he's not going to be tolerated by any other pride, should he stumble into the wrong territory. Not an easy time for a young male lion. While he looks to settle, we're going to leave this young male lion be and head back towards where we found him, and head in the direction that he was looking towards. And it'll be really interesting to see if we are able to find whatever was making him turn his head back, or just see any sign of anything that put him under a little bit of pressure. For now, he's quite content and happy to rest in the early morning sun. It's not long before he just ducks into the shade though. It'll be interesting to follow this young lion's life story as he progresses from this adolescence to adulthood. As I said earlier, it's not an easy time for a young male lion. That time between being dependent and a part of a pride to completely ousted and alone, until eventually he is the dominant male of an area, should he make it through the tough times.